We are going to measure DSH. DSH stands for diameter at standard height, and that standard height is 4.5 feet. So in order to keep track of that, we are going to use our DSH pins, which we'll provide to you at the program. You can place it on your shirt, on your hat, wherever 4.5 feet falls on you. And if 4.5 feet is in a place like eye level or your nose, feel free just to wear the button for fun. But so we'll find where 4.5 feet lies on everybody. The DSH tape, this is the tool that we're going to use to get this measurement. It has two sides to this tape. One is a regular inch, and the back side is a specially designated tape that is much larger than a regular size inch, and this is the calculation of diameter already measured out onto the size of the tape. This is the side of the tape that you're usually going to be using when measuring DSH. However, for getting that 4.5 feet measurement on your own body, we'll use the regular inch side. So I'll take the tape, line it up to about where 4.5 feet lies on me, and then I would compare this height to the height on the tree where I'm going to take my DSH measurement. So DSH tape has a little hook on the end. So typically you could clip this in around the bark. This is a smooth bark tree, so I might have to have an extra hand to hold onto this side. But using the big side of the DSH tape that has a diameter equivalent of circumference already calculated, I will take this around the tree, give the tree a nice big hug because we're tree huggers here, let's be honest. And if you take a close look, the end of the DSH tape has a little arrow here. Where the arrow end is where you're going to take that measurement. So the arrow kind of ends up on this tree in between 14 and 15. In this case, we're going to round. We're never going to do fraction numbers. If the DSH falls underneath half of an inch, we'll round down. So here we'll round down to 14. If it was above half of an inch, we would round up to 15. And that's what we would record in our inventory for DSH for this tree. So this tree is an example of a more commonly seen community tree where it's not growing straight from the ground. It's got epiphytes and suckers growing out of it that's going to make taking the DSH a little bit more of a challenge. But we can still get the measurement that we need to see what the diameter of this tree is. So there are two options for taking the diameter at standard height of a multi-stem tree. You can take it at an area that best represents the overall diameter. So if I were to take it underneath the split of this tree, right about here at 2 feet or so under from ground level would be a good representation of DSH, and I would just take this measurement around the tree. So that's one option. The second option and the more accurate measurement is going to be still at 4.5 feet of each of these stems. So we're going to take measurement of stem 1 and stem 2, trying to get around the tree as close as I can. And there would be our measurement. So trying not to get the epiphytes or anything growing underneath that tape. You want to be as close to the bark as you can. And you would do it for each of these stems, 1 and 2. Input those numbers into Tree Plotter, and Tree Plotter would do the calculation of the complete diameter of this tree.